Get ready to pack your bag and explore the world of Airbnb. There is a plethora, there's that big word again, of wealth out there with Airbnbs when it comes to tax liens and tax deeds. Well, Airbnb wasn't around. There were VRBO and some of the other ones out there, but I've been doing these since 1999. I've got a ton of experience on this, and I'm going to reveal it all to you right now. So some of the things I'm going to reveal in this video right now is just because it's a house and you can get online and sign it up for an Airbnb does not mean it's the right location. I constantly hearing people saying, oh, we could turn it into an Airbnb. I'm like, well, who would want to be here? So I'm going to reveal the best places to look at this when you're looking at an Airbnb. What makes an Airbnb 85% occupancy? It's all about that occupancy. We're also going to reveal what the county and the city are looking for. Don't fall into the trap where you put an Airbnb and they don't want you there. We're going to cover all of this and a lot more. Stay tuned. Okay, let's look at some facts when it comes to Airbnb. Like all real estate, the number one thing to consider with an Airbnb is location, location, and oh, that's right, location, right? The 3 L's, location, location, location. Where is it located? Are there going to want to be people there? Let me tell you something. Yeah, vacation area is an obvious one. Someplace like Orlando, Florida with Disney World. We'll just get right to that. Of course, that's going to be an obvious one on there. But some of the less obvious ones out there for short-term rentals, it could be an industrial park, like an office complex. It could be where a lot of business people are coming in and out. You can strike deals with some of the companies in that particular area. National parks are huge. People are constantly looking. Anytime there's a national park, there's usually going to be a limited amount of hotel space for the people around there. And I don't know about you, I love going hiking. I've been to most of the national parks out there. And if I'm going without the camper, okay, I would rather not stay in a hotel. I would rather be in an Airbnb. I'm going to the local grocery store. I'm getting all my stuff supplied in there. And boom, me and the family have a great time. So location is crucial. What particular item is in that area that you're going to want to make people go? A lot of you know I have some Airbnbs in Joshua Tree. I've had them in Napa. I've had them in Denver, Colorado, all over the place. So these are things that you want to look at. Napa, California, it's a destination location. So let's talk about also the local rules and regulations. So there's a lot of people, oh, be careful. The city doesn't want you to have Airbnbs. That's not necessarily true. And some people say the hotel lobby doesn't want you to have an Airbnb. They don't care. Airbnbs have not put a dent in occupancy in the major chains out there. They really don't care, okay? It's the cities that are looking for the night tax. In other words, when somebody goes into a regular Hilton, Marriott, or whatever, they're paying a local tax on that. And the city needs that money because people are coming in from all over the area using the roads, the facilities, all the infrastructure that the county has. So the city's kind of going, wait a second. So you're doing Airbnb, Airbnb is getting their money, you're getting your money. Who else is getting their money? Not us. So I've actually talked with several of the cities out there, and they're look at as long as we're getting our city tax on this, we're good to go. So like I have said in some of my live events, I spend a lot of time in this. You have to set and make rapport with whoever at the county is doing this. And it can be laborious. It can be a pain. It's, look at, these people are overworked and underpaid, okay? So going in there, I'm opening an Airbnb and you have to, no. What is it that I need to do to be in the good grace of the city so I can operate this Airbnb forward? Now, I would rather know all of those before I start making an emotional and mental investment into that area on whether I'm going to do an Airbnb. A perfect example of this is Joshua Tree. A lot out there about not doing Airbnbs in Joshua Tree. And they're right if you're not having communication with the county. Now, I happen to be building properties there in Joshua Tree. I have a great relationship with the county because we're building properties in their city. Okay, so we have to go through the regulations for that. So we're talking with them all the time. And one of the things we found out that particular jurisdiction is going to be different all over the place. Okay, I'm just specifically saying on this. In Joshua Tree, they're saying, we're tired of these yahoos getting on the internet and saying, I've got an Airbnb, and it's just a tent. And then they've got to deal with complaints, unsanitary conditions and stuff like that. And I'm looking at them going, you're serious? And they go, oh yeah. And they actually showed me where the one was, gave me the address. I went by, and it was just amazing what people were trying to get by. I mean, that's not a sustainable business. Whereas we're building they said, what you guys are doing was what we're looking for. We're building properties that are 7 to 12 minutes from the park entrance. So one of the things that I looked at is how many people are visiting this particular park. How many people are visiting, Orlando? How many people are visiting, Disneyland or, Golden Gate or whatever it is that you're going? You want to get some statistical information on how many people are coming in there. How many room nights does that particular area have just in hotel in general? Joshua Tree cannot sustain some of the big hotels out there. So that's like, okay, there's a win right there. West Yellowstone cannot sustain the big, because there's really only 2 seasons. There's winter, hardcore visitors, and then there's the big season, which is the summer when it comes to Yellowstone. So West Yellowstone can't justify a big Marriott coming in there. So those are some of your advantages, but I still want to know how many room nights are available in that particular area. Then you've got to look at how much is it going to cost me to run this, and you've got to be super realistic in this. Okay, so when I'm running numbers on an Airbnb, I want to find somebody in the area that's got several Airbnbs, and when I have a dialogue, look, I'm opening up an Airbnb in the area, how many occupancy, you can look at their calendar and find out how occupied they are, okay? And then have a dialogue. I know the guy right around the corner from one of our Airbnbs at a location that I have. He and I have talked multiple times. He's 85% occupancy. Do not go with their occupancy. It's kind of like the fish story, okay? Yeah, I caught a fish, right? It was ginormous, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my 30-day calendar and I'm literally gonna chop it by at least 40 to 50%. So if I can sustain this with a 50% occupancy and all of the other things that go on top of that, which would be maintenance, and then you've got power and electricity. You've got, the big one is gonna be your cleaning services. Who's going to be doing the cleaning service on this stuff? If all of those still make sense at a 50% occupancy factor, now I want to continue to look into making this happen. Here's another thing, the big mistake that people make with Airbnbs. They go out there and they get a property and they put all this new furniture in there, and I don't know. I'm actually just stayed in an Airbnb and I'm looking around and I'm going, they put all this new IKEA furniture and other places in there, and it just has no soul. It just doesn't feel good at all. And I mean, I've got Airbnbs where I've furnished the whole darn thing with garage sales, Goodwill. I mean, I got end tables and everything's kind of eclectic and it feels good. It feels homey. I bought a whole games, Monopolies, Clue, the Jenga, all of those games I got secondhand. And so it feels lived in, it feels homey, it's got soul. Okay, so and try to get local items in there that make sense in that particular area. If it happens to be in a ski area, maybe you've got some old ski posters or some old skis that you can hang on the wall. It's funny, the skis I used to ski on are considered old skis now. So those are the types of things you want to decorate the property with. Now, here's a really important item, and that is actually the photos that go on. There is such a big difference from taking your cell phone and taking a picture and hiring somebody to come by and do it correctly. I'm a photographer, and a lot of you know this, okay? And there are classes you can take on properly lighting a room. And most of the photography is in the post. So if you've got a good real estate photographer that understands post lighting, that's who you want to hire. So let me explain what I'm talking about. When I'm taking a picture of a master bedroom, I want all of the curtains closed. I want all of the lights on in a dim fashion. I want back as far as I can get to make that room look as big as possible. When I take that photo, I can go into post, turn on all the lights, add a warm feeling to the whole night. It's inviting. If I'm opening up all the windows, it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon, there's going to be just tons of white noise in there. It's just not going to look good. I just can't overemphasize this spot of it. When somebody's looking at your photos And if you've looked at Airbnb or VRBO, you're just as guilty. You go through all the rooms and you go, okay, I could see myself there, because that's all you're trying to do. Can I see me and my family enjoying this property, especially if it's a destination location? This is crucial on that, okay? So you want them to think, oh my gosh, they're going to be able to take, and I can see myself in that property and having a great time. Now remember, it is you that makes me do these videos. I love doing these videos as long as I see some action on yours. I just hit the thumbs up button, and that lets me know that you like it. If you have a comment, again, I want to repeat, I answer all the questions in here. Okay, so just put it in there. I'll get back to you as soon as I can on that, and that way you can continue your real estate financial freedom journey. And we've also got, I mentioned it earlier, but I'm going to mention it again, who is cleaning that property? Okay, you need to have a team that's really responsive to you. Now I'm going to say something here. I really want you to think big on your numbers. If you're going to do an Airbnb in a location, do 4. Try to get as many as you can. If it's good at 1, then get 4. Now you've got a crew that's going into 4. You can swap out different stuff in there. Oh, here's the other thing. Don't get used sheets. Used furniture, new sheets. Okay, just so you're clear on that one. Have those rotating linens in there. And then also have some rules for your tenants in there. That when they leave, they've got to strip all the sheets and start the laundry. That gives your staff a head start on it. Just don't sit there and think, oh, they're going to be going in there and just cleaning the stuff up. Very important also is making sure your cleaning staff is counting everything in there. Okay, if you've got those 2 porcelain doves that you got at the yard sale and they come in there and there's only 1, they need to start looking around that property. Is it property to withhold some of the security deposit on it? Did they have a party on this property? Now, there is nothing wrong with having cameras outside the property. I want camera on the entrance and in the driveway. That way I can see if there's multiple people coming into the property. Be strict on this. You know, I don't want to rent to somebody 25 or 24 years old that decide they're going to have a bachelor or bachelorette party on that. Just be restrictive on that. These are some of the things that you want to look at when properly doing an Airbnb, and all of these are just gold. Okay, some of my biggest producing properties out there, I should say actually my biggest producing properties out there are Airbnbs, and they can be for you. In fact, I've got some training on this right now that I just put together. All you have to do, again, you know the drill, go to higginsmethod.com. I've got a brand new free training for you on that. Just go through that, and just for going through the training, I'm going to send you my new book, Wealth Formula Revealed. That'll be right in there. You have a PDF download on that. That way you can start this process right away. Here's Sean with our tips and tricks for the Airbnb, saying God bless, good luck, and be careful out there.